Knowing that the message is getting out there blew my pineal gland wide open. I've been explained today how God and the devil were my experience when I had my bad trip, because those were the things I had in my mind when I was near death and when I became part of the oneness, which wasn't on on purpose then, but because it was so intense and so strong and I asked to come back from it, and I did. Those energies that I call God, that aren't necessarily God to you as they are to me, that those energies are so powerful. It's anything you truly believe deep down. Like, deep down, whether or not you say, I don't believe that or not, if deep down you have a doubt about whether you believe it or not, it's still possible. So let's say the reason I don't eat meat isn't because if I eat a piece of meat, I'm like, oh, and I feel it. I feel the energy in my body change subtly. It's not like boom, but I feel the energy in my body change, and I feel the energy being sucked into the digestion of it. And why do I feel it when other people don't? It's because I'm highly sensitive now that I've opened my third eye. And, these are words we say, so those things have dogma to them too. Third eye doesn't mean anything super mystical. You can open your third eye and not have mystical experience every moment of the day, but you can focus yourself, your breath, your attention, your whatever, into the inner mind and go to where we come from. Go to the place that flowers come out of a seed. Go to the place where sperm and an egg make a person. But that's the place that oneness is. Oneness is all creation and everything all together. So the reason I don't eat meat anymore is because I feel it change my subtle energies. I don't really drink regular milk anymore because it takes more of it to make me feel anything like that, but it still does it lightly. So I don't even drink anything that's from a product of an animal, except for cheese is the only thing I still have been eating. But I've been limiting how much I put cheese on too. So other than that, besides that, the reason that that vibration was so strong in me, I created a stronger heaven and hell due to what people have explained to me as heaven and hell. But that's just one piece of what reality can be. So that was just my reality then. I don't have to believe in it now. And now that I'm vibrational enough, when I die, I'm not going to experience what it's like to be a cow being eaten or to be an animal being tortured, to anything like that, because karma is that. Karma is everything you do thinking it's okay or thinking it's just normal. You're going to experience it as that thing right now. Whether it's when you were 8 years old watching a movie about or a TV show about something, and there was some gruesome thing happen, and you were like, oh, that was cool. Or if you're a 30-year-old woman doing something, that's all right now, when now is now. And you will experience that because that's how powerful it is. You're living it through a physical expression. And even those people are them now, they're also you now, but they're only through their plot of land, which is the earth. So that one consciousness is in me, and is in you, and was in Jesus, and is in anybody who's ever existed, and anyone who's going to exist, any living animal, plant, mineral. They all have energy. Because we go back into the ground and what do? We turn into dirt. Over time, we turn into rocks, and rocks become strong energy. And people are starting to understand that now, but this is why I'm telling this. Like, time isn't an illusion, it's a vehicle of expression so that we can see what we're doing to ourselves. And the more we see what we're doing to ourselves, we can correct it, and as the future comes on, we can create a brand new future. We're on the 7th cycle of the generations. We could go to the 8th cycle and break that loop. The infinite 8 means that we always keep going around in that circle. We can break that loop, and it's not going to be a bad thing. It's not going to set the stars crashing out of orbit. It's going to set rainbows in your friggin' brain. It's going to have everything happen you've ever wanted because it comes from a place of love. And when you come from a place of love, you're not going to compare. You're not going to get jealous. You're not going to get mad at anybody for anything. And you're going to love everybody so evenly and fairly. It's amazing. And you won't even have to have sex to have orgasms. You won't even think of sex the way you do now because you lust for it as a reason for you to feel better about yourself. If you don't need that anymore, it's gone. The feeling of lust is gone. I went through lust. I went through anger. I went through every chakra I cleared, but not knowing. So basically, I opened my third eye way too prematurely when I was 19 or 18 or 19, and then through the years, I had to clear my other chakras, but I had a dark night of the soul that lasted 20 years. I didn't know that until now. And I've just been explained that. In a whirl of 5-minute meditation showed me everything. Bam, bam, bam. And not thinking about it. I close my mind, I close my eyes, I breathe really deep, and I go into my place. And then when I come back from that vibrational reality, all the answers are there. And it's just flabbergasting. Like, anyone who does this will understand what I mean. And it'll be their reality, honestly, unless I say something and they take it in. But those beings themselves have certain looks when you see them in the true divine reality. Those beings are there. It's just you can't see them if you're vibrationally not there. They're at a higher consciousness level. I could see them during the day sometimes when I'm super in there. I see them jiggling around in the sky, and not all of them are huge. Some of them are tiny. Every molecule of life is living, but there are different astral beings that can cross over into the physical world, or they would have to change their expression, and they don't want to do that. So everything that's going on, everything you can imagine that is going on, is going on. It's just you haven't experienced it yet because you're in a location where it hasn't been revealed to you. Like the revelation of everything being here and you are everything and all that kind of stuff that sounded so weird and foo-foo when you were younger, and even now that you're older, even if you're an elderly person about to die, it may sound so foo-foo, but everything is here and everything is possible. Everything is real, but everything is in a physical world. You know, whatever's here physically seems like that's all that's here physically, but it's just not here yet, or it hasn't been here for you, or it hasn't been here in a certain realm of frequency or a vibrational plane. It's crazy stuff, but it's not crazy stuff. It's amazing stuff. When I say crazy, I mean awesomely amazing. But it's so much. It's almost hard to believe, and I only believe because I have experienced it, and I've been experiencing it for just about 19 years. But I was so clouded with the kids and the family and whatever, it took me out of it completely, and I didn't know because I wasn't into spirituality or religion. So even after that experience, because I was hanging around my friends and school and work and girlfriend, and my girlfriend left me right after that. Cassie left me right after my experience. I came out of jail, went back, and she broke up with me, and then we got back together. It was like a struggle of emotions. So that took me out of who I am and put me into who Dan was, trying to get his girlfriend back or fix his relationship, and then heartbroken, and then on to the next, and then married, and then kids, and then broke and divorced, and then girlfriend, lusty sex, and then band, and having my voice be heard, and developing confidence. And I went through every chakra, every single one of them, and it showed it all to me in like a flash. Like I can tap into my flash and interpret it, and I can do that with somebody else if they came with me and got on the same vibrational frequency and opened their heart and opened their mind to me. It sounds weird, but it's actually very simple. People will be doing it all the time in the future. It's going to be a very simple practice. And when you finally have somebody tell you something that you know you did, and they couldn't possibly know because you just met them, then you'll start listening. But it shouldn't have to take that much because I'm right here telling you now. Anyway, I got to go back to work. I had to do that because I knew there was a message. I was being told that they had a message for me. So I closed my eyes in the parking lot and meditated, and I don't care who was looking at me. I totally wasn't there at all. I just went out because now I'm confident. Seeing that video blew my third eye open so hard because now other people are seeing a little tiny bit of what I've seen. And at least other people are believing it like it's possible. Other people are having questions about it. And I have answers. And I can say that knowingly, and I know that they're going to look at me and think I'm funny or crazy or whatever they think, but I know I'm not. That's the point, is that I know deep down that I'm not. There is an alternate reality for everyone, but there is an underlying total reality that's divine, and you can be there if you have enough heart, enough dedication, mind, willpower, eagerness to learn, patience, that kind of stuff. Sometimes you'll lose your temper or you whatever, but just get back in line. You don't have to stay, just because you lose your temper doesn't mean you have to stay out of it. Doesn't mean you have to stay in that vibrational temper zone for a while. It means that you can go back. You're okay. All right? I love you guys so much. Peace.